Stewart. And my co-host is KB. How's it going, KB?
KB's in the house, baby!
All right. KB is in the house.
Let's get
What
into
about
it
that
today,
men's Elimination Chamber match house?
Hey, that was a fantastic match. Great surprises. You know, I love that seeing. I tell you, I was kind of disappointed that Drew got out of there so quickly. I wanted Drew to be in there a little bit more, man. You know, like him and Seth and, you know, Punk. And so I was kind of hoping that. But, hey, he got eliminated pretty quick. And, you know, I was like, come on, Drew, let's go.
I think that kind of adds to kind of how his character's going, though. You know, like how he lost that world title so quickly. You know, just... You know, it's like he has that, he talks that trash, but somehow he gets beat whenever he's doing it, you know. So.
Oh, yeah.
So, but yeah, I wanted Drew to keep on going. That was my dark horse for the Elimination Chamber, and, you know, that didn't work out for me. But,
well, you know, even Logan Paul, man, I was kind of hoping something would happen there, like he'd have somebody show up like he normally does, you know, so that didn't happen. But again, I was kind of hoping a little bit more from him. I think he did very well in there, but I was kind of hoping the Maverick would be the wild card.
Now, you know, we're supposed to talk about this later on in the show, but while we're talking about Logan Paul, where do you think he's going on WrestleMania? Because, you know, he really didn't come out with any type of clear feud with anybody. You know, I was thinking CM Punk at before, you know, before the Elimination Chamber, but, you know, he really didn't have any major feud, which Punk took him out, you know, which he told him he would. But where do you think Logan's going for Mania?
I think he's going to wrestle some kind of celebrity or something. You know, he was out there trash talking Drake. I don't know if you saw that or not, but you know, that was the rumors and the possibilities. That's where it could go. So I wouldn't mind him like slapping up on Drake a couple times, man. I think that would be great for entertainment.
But you know, most time when they do those, the entertainer normally wins. Would they want to let Paul lose to Drake?
Yeah. I mean, you know, but it was just funny, you know. I mean, all the rumors started flying. Could this be a possible match? You know, could that be something down the road? Again, WWE is playing the long game. Triple H even said that with all the, you know, even The Rock, you know, when he came out there and he said, we think of an idea, we throw it out there, we see how we like it, and then we just play the long game. And I think that's what they're doing, you know. I mean, Logan Paul can challenge. Oh, okay, all right. I forgot. AJ Styles called him out Monday. Remember? I just remember that. So AJ Styles is going to call him out at Madison Square Garden.
Ooh, I missed it. I actually missed that. I had to go do something. I came out and Karrion Kross was talking to AJ Styles. And
So you know, Karrion Kross convinced him to kind of like go after somebody big, you know, and he's like, yeah, you're right. AJ needs to show the world, you know. So next week he's calling out Logan Paul. So that's right. I just remember on SmackDown, that's exactly where Logan Paul goes. But down the road, maybe at SummerSlam, we might get Drake or somebody, you know, again. Not saying it will happen. I'm just saying it could, or maybe he's going to tag with him. You never know. But again, it looks like we're going to get AJ Styles versus Logan Paul. I'm here for it. I think that will be a phenomenal match with the phenomenal one and the Maverick. Yeah, bring it. Great entertainment, man.
Yes, that would be a great Mania match.
Yes, it will. Bring it on.
Right. You know, DP, he eliminated Drew, so I'm thinking that's where it's going to go. Which, I've been hearing all the rumors that Drew didn't want to fight DP, but I'm thinking Mania. That's where they're going. DP and Drew. What do you think about that?
Yeah, I'm here for it, man. I mean, two juggernauts, two guys that can go, two guys that can wrestle. It's a great matchup, for sure. I kind of, now this is just me, but I'd kind of like to see Drew and him tag up, and become some kind of tag team champs. Now, again, I don't know if it'll happen, but I'd like to see them. I mean, that's two big boys, man, that can actually hold the title.
Move.
So
yeah, both of them can move too. That would be that would change it up a little bit.
Well, it's almost like remember the Twin Towers back in the day. I mean, that's what Dangerous Dan, Spivey, Sid Vicious, the Twin Towers. That's who those two guys that could become possibility. I mean, I know y'all had the Twin Terrors, him and Rhea, but man, if you had something like him and Drew together, man, and I'm not trying to be ugly, but the War Raiders are only going to go so far. I like the guys. I think they're great tag teams, but they're just not a hold the belt for a long time champions. No offense, guys. If you're watching this, no offense. I know you squished me in.
If you're watching this, his name is KB. Please make a comment that you're going to come find them and whip them.
Yeah.
That would entertain me.
Yeah, I don't want Ivan to come and find me, man.
All right. The ending to the Elimination Chamber, I wasn't shocked with Cena winning. And I was really thinking he might need some kind of outside help to win it, which it really wasn't outside help, but it was. But I love the feud with Punk and Seth that's continuing. Him getting that stop on Punk, just to end it, that made my night there. And then Cena winning, and just to extend that feud, which I can't wait for next week, next Monday for the cage match. But what do you think about Seth and Punk?
Yeah, I mean, let them fight. To me, Seth and CM Punk really stole the show, last night. I thought if it wasn't for that, the show would have been like, it would have been okay. But to me, that was one of the things that really helped the show. Punk coming out there being aggressive, really ticked off. Seth looking for a fight as always. The whole screw over job, man, making CM Punk like, let's do this one last time. So, next week, Madison Square Garden, it's going to be epic. We're going to see a lot of great matches for sure. And I'm looking forward to it, man. I mean, it's going to be an incredible show. I see somebody coming in and interfering in that match. I don't know who, but I see a possibility of somebody. Yeah, I see somebody coming in there, and it leading up to, I think Roman comes in there, and he smashes everybody and he leaves, So, supposedly there's rumors of a four-way match. I don't know. We'll see, how that goes. But, again, I think Roman gets involved in this match. He comes back, and, because he hates Seth. He surely don't like CM Punk. So I think he comes in there and lays waste to both of them. That's what I say. And then he goes off air. Holding up the one.
Yeah, that's where I'm going with it. So there's no reason even to can't argue, can't tell you how stupid you are. I'll just agree with you there.
Yeah, you can't do nothing but agree with me because I'm right on this. Because, Roman's not... I don't see Roman sitting out for WrestleMania. Especially now, if he's really injured, yeah, I can see that. But if he's not injured really, then he's going to come back in there and he's going to get back at Seth, and he's got something that he already don't like Punk because of the wise man, and and then that's going to call in the favor, and start a whole. Now, we talked about not liking three ways that much, but this one would be an epic one if they go with three-way, because I mean these three guys, they'll try to beat each other down. So I'm here for it. Bring it on, WWE, make it happen. Sign the contracts, get the tribal chief involved. So
now I want to make a comment on that. We're not big fans of the three ways. I'm not big fans of the three ways when it comes to a championship match. But three ways with three guys is going to beat the holy crap out of each other. I'm all for. So
yeah, I mean absolutely. So I don't mind that as well. But I can't stand when a belt's in there and you got a belt on the line and somebody else can steal the win. I'm just like, hey, let's pin them clean. I know you're trying to. It's almost like you're going on a date and you're taking your buddy with you, and he's the third wheel, and you're trying to figure out a way how to get rid of him. That's a good analogy, isn't it?
Yeah, that is. All right. What do you think about Cena selling his soul to The Rock?
Well, I texted you during this promo because I thought it was odd to begin with that he was out there, the whole time. Now, it made sense because Cody came out there and, met him in the ring, which, that's kind of what they did with Rhea, and he kind of came out there congratulate Cena. But I was like, why is Cena just out here? Like, he almost looked like he was lost, like, what am I doing out here almost? And they didn't really show him that much. And I just kept on saying, what's Cena doing out here? And then I said, somebody's fixing a turn here. And I said, if Cody says, no, I don't want to be a part of, the bloodline, or I don't want to be a part of, your champion. And of course, we know the words that he said, towards The Rock, which was phenomenal, by the way. The crowd reaction was incredible. But then when he, when Cena looked like he was going to hug him, I was like, oh, he's fixing a turn. And sure enough, The Rock did that right there and did the kiss. And I was like, oh, yeah. And then Cena, I mean, man, Cena played that to a T, man. I mean, his whole face changed. And, buddy, he just went, I mean, and they beat the mess out of Cody. Blood everywhere. He hits him with a Rolex, hits him with a low blow. I mean, it beat the brakes off of him. So even Travis slapped him so hard it busted his eardrum. I mean, it was he got beat up, man. I mean,
oh yeah.
So
I was wondering if there's gonna be a receipt on the Travis.
Yeah. So I mean, but again, I mean, it was great. Bray Wyatt, several years ago, called that Cena was going to be a sellout, and nobody believed Bray, but look what happened. Bray knew something, didn't he?
Oh, yeah.
You know what this reminds me of, Nick? The Cena turn? It reminds me of the Bash at the Beach when the third man was going to show up that night. Hogan comes to the ring as a good guy, and he drops the leg on Macho Man, and he reveals that he's part of the NWO, that he's the third man with Kevin Nash and Scott Hall. That was one of those epic, that was one of those epic moments that you'll never forget. And this is, I think this was even better because, again, Cena's retiring, why do it? He goes in there and does mic drop. Now, I'll say that. The reason I say that, I want you to follow me here. All right? Follow me now.
I'm following you.
When The Rock came out there, the first time, and Roman tagged with Cody, okay? And he came out and he did his throat slit, remember? And he goes, 1, 2, 3, just like that, right?
Right.
All right. Who's the third person?
Oh.
Could it be Jey Uso? That is the third person? Because he came out with Travis Scott. You wouldn't expect it. Am I on to something, Nick? Why would he? There's a significance. Look, why would he hold up 3 fingers? That's significant. He said 1, 2. We know Cena's the second guy. Travis is not the second guy.
No.
So there's got to be a third guy, whether it be Roman or Jey. Somebody's got to be a third guy.
Jey Uso, I have not thought of Jey Uso in that light yet. So that's blowing my mind there. But I like it. I like it.
Come on, man. Yeah, put it in the chat, man. I'm calling it, man. Somebody's the third man. I don't see it being Punk. I see it being somebody like again, WWE. How long did they keep this thing secret? They kept this thing very tight, very secret. That would be another shock that Jey Uso would actually turn and become the bad guy, and he become a Rock stable. Because again, why is he on his own? He's going after a belt. Cena was going to, Cena's going to win that belt. You know what's going to happen, Nick. You know as well as I do. You can see this. You can see it on the wall. The writing's on the wall, and he's going to win. I'm going to go ahead and predict it. Jey wins that belt on night 1. He comes out on night 2 and helps Cena win that belt. I'm calling it.
I like that.
Again,
I like it a lot.
Yeah. Again,
that's going to break my wife's heart, but I like that. And we're not going to have to watch the yeeting for a little bit until he turns babyface again.
Yeah.
I mean, McAfee might have to do a little extra exercising, but...
And then that would set up Roman being the good guy, trying to get everybody back on track again. And he fighting The Rock, the Rock stable. Whatever their stable is going to be called, I don't know. But we'll find out as it goes. But I think he's building a stable. I do.
So, and The Rock's going to have both world champions.
Yes.
Yeah. I like it.
Yep.
You have made up for the women's Elimination Chamber match, sir. You have made up for it.
Hey, and let me just tell you something else that didn't make sense about the Elimination Chamber, okay? All right, so, for the whole match, really. You had KO and Sami Zayn, which to me really stole the show, okay? But their whole match was unsanctioned, right? That means that the officials weren't involved, nobody was involved. At the end, all the officials start coming out. Why did the officials start coming out when it's an unsanctioned match? And then why did neither one of them bleed and Cody Rhodes bled? Now, how come Cody got busted open with a Rolex and Sammy and KO didn't bleed when they got hit with barbed wire? Make that make sense. It makes no sense at all. So WWE, I'm mad with you. You gonna bust open one person, you can't bust open another person.
Another thing I don't get. This is what I don't get. KO, he can power drive, pretty much anybody he wants because they just let him do it. But Randy goes to punt him, and all 10 of them, all 10 of the producers and everything, they're out there stopping them. Like that. Yeah.
Again, it's stuff that doesn't make sense, and WWE's not perfect, but that was one of the things that's like, okay, this makes zero sense. The guy gets hammered. They both put on. To me, that was one of the greatest matches that the fans were going nuts, and then of course we got a shock at the end. So I believe that the show was, top notch for sure. But it was just certain things that they could have tightened up on, and made sense. Because, again, WWE brought blood back. So it's not like they couldn't bleed. So I don't know if it was because they didn't want to bleed or something. I don't know, man. But, you saw a little bit of blood on KO's back when he got, hit with a chair. But other than that, you didn't see it. And I'm like, man, come on, bro. Come on. Make this make sense. Cody's bleeding everywhere, but KO and Sammy ain't got one drop of blood on them.
Cody, you got to remember, Cody's about like John Moxley or Ric Flair. They just bleed. You know, they'll do it real quick. You know, they like getting that color.
Yeah, but I mean, Sammy and KO. I mean, really, when you call it a match, an unsanctioned match, Nick, you got to get out there and you got to get yourself dirty. And I don't care what you got to do. I mean, go hardcore. I mean, you're used to it. Those guys are used to going hardcore. They've done stuff for years. So it ain't like you don't like to bleed. Go ahead and take one for the team and make it a great match. Take it from a 5 to a 7.
All right.
Because you know Dave Mitzer, he don't give out 5s anymore. It's now 7s, which is weak as well water.
Yeah.
Do better, Dave. Go back to 5.
Yeah, just stop doing it, Dave.
That's right.
All right.
Turn into pile driver wrestling.
That's right. Okay, we're about to get out of here, but if you don't mind, hit that like button, subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and we will see y'all next time. Out.